Brandon Smitley here, BrandonSmitley.com, Brandon Training Log video with commentary week 7, day 4, dynamic effort upper day from Thursday. First week of this cycle of speed work. Speed benching against the chains for 10 triples, 130 bar weight. Kind of the same stuff I was doing with the bands, but I'm using chains to kind of get rid of that grounding effect. I don't get nearly as much combating resistance because the chains don't move as much. And a fair amount of them, probably a third of them are deloaded, but I think that's kind of good to kind of keep the weights a little bit lighter going into this close to a meet, considering the max effort days are pretty heavy, pretty consistent. It's a lot of springboard work. Really, I'm just trying to get some good technique work in, trying to keep some good bar speed around. I felt like my bench felt awesome for the day, and I think my close grip work kind of reflected that. So my close grip work, I worked up to my heavy set of 10, and took 210 for 10 without a spot or lift off or anything. I'm very pleased with that. I definitely know that whenever I began the training cycles earlier in the off season, this would have been a grind. So I've made some good improvements. My goal is to eventually be able to bench press 225 for 10 with the chains on like that. I think that will yield me a 350-pound competition bench press. I know I'm not far away. So I think for this meet, shooting anywhere in the ballpark between 325 and 336 because the kilos is probably going to be a good ballpark to shoot for, depending upon what I hit in the squat and how things are feeling and how the pause and press commands and things like that are going with WPC, because I know they are not going to be friendly. It's a good thing, but not good if you want PRs, I guess. Some pull-ups, some dumbbell benching work. Pull-ups are getting heavier because we're getting closer to the meet. I don't nearly need the volume. I just need to make sure my lats are staying good and strong. Not as much true muscle damage because of the volume of work. Some bent over rows, the T-bar handle, really love this. I can't stress getting this attachment enough. Definitely one of the best back purchases I've ever made. And then some inverted rows, the blast straps. I'm using an isometric hold at the top for about a half count. You get a little more specific towards the meat and holding that position on the chest a little bit longer. These definitely sucked after doing all the other work that I did. It was almost like a good upper back finisher. Had some face pulls and a little bit of abs after this, but I mean, it's a pretty quick day. I mean, as you see, the accessory work is kind of falling off a little bit. Not a lot on this day, but I did pull one exercise, so basically 3 to 4 working sets, depending on how many I did on some of the other stuff. And we'll begin to see some more of that falling off over the coming weeks. Next training session will be at Elitefts. I'm taking probably my heaviest squat of the training cycle. No idea what to really expect, to be honest. The way things are feeling, I think the heaviest I'll probably want to push it's maybe 550. So my thought process is to basically take my last warm up around 470, open around 490, take 510, see how that feels. If it feels like it did whenever I was at Elitefts the last time, make a jump to 530. And if that still feels really good, might take a shot at 550, and then I'll for sure shut it down. I'm not going to go any heavier than that. Maybe reverse band about a 570, 580, somewhere around there, just to get some good overload. It feels like to have more than a meet PR on my back. But again, that's going to be something that's just going to be determining how I feel, because I will be using the metal all blacks for that training session. So my goal is just going to be to kind of get a feel for those wraps and see how they feel compared to the mysticals. They should feel pretty much the exact same. I'm just going to get a lot more rebound, I think, out of the bottom. So we'll see. Like I said, it's entirely by ear and by feel. But I just do know that it's going to be a heavy day and hopefully a good day. The other big news that I wanted to announce, at least for my YouTube channel, which doesn't get that many views, but for those of you that do watch and do listen and keep up, if you haven't seen over through Instagram or Facebook, this will be my last powerlifting meet for probably about a year. I'm going to take a break competitively and do a bodybuilding show at some point in the spring of 2017. There were a lot of factors that came into play of whether I wanted to do this or not. Um, I've had a lot of outside influence to push me to do a show. I did some in my younger years. They were not sanctioned, but they were local shows, and I did really well, I thought. I definitely showed that I had some promise within that realm, and that's what got me the iron bug to do powerlifting anyways. So deep down, anyone that runs my programming or training knows that I use volume quite a bit. I use it myself. I think I think for about 85% of lifters, it's what you need. I think a lot of people just, quite honestly, to put it nicely, are a bunch of pansies when it comes to training and don't want to take the volume. They try to think keep it simple, stupid, but if you keep it too simple, stupid, you will also be really weak. So, that's part of my training methodology, and that comes from the bodybuilding aspect. I saw what adding size could do in terms of strength. I became strong without ever training to get strong, because I trained to get big and built muscle and built leverages and understood the way the body worked, and that cross-sectional area is what determines the ultimate determining factor of strength is cross-sectional area. Neural output can be taught, it can be ingrained, and you don't have to have a lot of muscle mass to work with that. I think the muscle mass is a foundation. Did a lot for me in terms of training, and that's what helped build my powerlifting career this far. But with that said, looking at the long term, I realized that I did 8 meets in less than 2 years, and I decided that was just unacceptable for my body. My body can feel it in certain places. I've done a really, really, really good job of staying healthy. I've had the one little low back issue before the Arnold, and this past year, I still hit a meet PR total, so I can't really complain in that regard. I've done a lot of good things, I think, so far. I'm not giving up on the sport, not by any means. This is basically just a stepping stone to becoming a better powerlifter, in my opinion. And I'm looking to do something outside of powerlifting as well. So to elude on the bodybuilding stuff, I also am going to end up be coaching a lifter at Raw Unity in February that's from Purdue, and I'm also going to be coaching another kid from Purdue at his first time at the Arnold in March. So I have decided to take a back seat personally and give these two young gentlemen a chance to enjoy a big stage, get some coaching, get some help. They've earned their elite totals. They've done all the little things that I've asked them to do in terms of training and nutrition and being good clients and good student athletes. So it's only fair that I give them the time and respect back for their hard work and help them hopefully not only hit PRs but have a good time, maybe get some good placings, experience that feeling. I know what it was like whenever I went to RUM and the first time I did the Arnold, and when I really started to realize that I was actually decently good at powerlifting, how that felt to get to the bigger stages. So, and I know that help is very much appreciated, so I want to put them on the forefront. And so that's going to mean for me, for XPCs, I will not be doing the Arnold in 2017. I'm going to sit it out. There's other reasons as well, but I just feel that I would much rather give back to these other student athletes through Purdue during that time frame. Therefore, that makes bodybuilding a little bit easier to train for. I can kind of train whenever I want, however I want. I am doing my own training when that comes up. So I think that not only was it going to give my body a break, but it's going to be more beneficial for other people. I will be still training. I'm still going to try to vlog as much as I can. Since I am doing my own training, I will technically be powerlifting training on the weekends still. I'm still going to train with my guys. I'm still going to train moderately heavy. I might only be doing sets of 5 and multiple sets of 5 to acquire volume and try to build some muscle, but I'm still going to use different bars and bands and chains. I'm still going to make it fun. I'm still going to feed the powerlifting side of me without a doubt. The coach I'm working with, Cliff Wilson, he's okayed this. He's basically going to let me train my ass off as hard as I want. He's going to do all my nutrition work for me, and we haven't even eyed a show yet. We're kind of going to go in blind. We're just going to see what happens for about the first 8 to 10 weeks of me dieting down a little bit, see how lean I can get and what I look like, what needs to be brought up a little bit more. Spend those next couple weeks maybe trying to fill out and bring in the detail of some of those other areas. more so like the shoulders and a little bit of hamstring separation and some things like that. But I just thought I would announce that that's what my next thing is after WPCs. And like I said, it took me a lot of time, not only mentally but physically, to think about if that's what I really wanted. My goal is still to do this WPC meet and absolutely crush it. Hopefully get meet PRs and lift PRs. But I did want to make sure that my body lasts through the sport. I'm only in my 20s. I've got a long road ahead if I want to stay with this and stay really good and do the things that I want to do within the sport. And I think bodybuilding kind of gives me another route to not only be competitive but do that for the longevity standpoint of my career, and possibly even earn a pro card through one of the natural divisions. I probably will not go through NPC since my coach is a natural coach. He only works with natural athletes only. That's kind of the route that I have to go. I'm okay with that. I really don't care. I just want to get on the stage. But I figure if I'm going to be at it, I might as well try to be at least good at it. So we're going to try to lump a couple shows together, see what happens, see if I can qualify for a show that might be able to put me in contention for that. And who knows, and maybe by the end of 2017, that's what I'm gunning for instead of an elite total or something like that, in a different weight class or in gear or something like that. So that's all I've got. I'm going to shut it down. I've talked long enough. But if you've got any questions about the bodybuilding stuff, let me know. I'm going to try to figure out what to do content-wise in that, because I probably won't be able to film every single one. I might just do a weekly roundup instead, instead of like training highlights and whatnot. So, but thanks for checking in, and you can keep up with this training log and all that other stuff over at elitefts.com.